Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a review for a film that is called The Forge. It's a 2024 film, guys, but it's very nice. It got put on Netflix recently, or maybe we just missed it. But we watched it in this previous weekend that we're coming from, guys. I must say that the movie was very nice. It's an American movie and it's on Netflix, as I already said. And today, obviously, I'm not alone once again. This was a movie that I needed to review with Andy. And basically, Andy, just want to say a few words.
Yes, hello guys. Hi, welcome back to our channel. Yes, like Lychee has said, we are reviewing a movie called Forge. It has been recently added on Netflix. It is faith-based movie. It will test your faith in another level. Okay, so just to introduce the characters, we have Isaiah, who is a teenager. 19 is a teenager. We cannot say when you're 19 you're an adult or a young adult. I think when you're 20, 21, you are then considered a young adult. So he's a teenager. He's just finished high school, and he's not looking forward into going to a college or varsity. And being a typical teenager, just relying on your parents, on your mother, it seems like he is being raised by a single mom who goes to church a lot.
Yes, guys. As typical teenagers, we all know that once we pass our matric or our last grade 12, we all know that we are a little bit lost, all of us. And I think also for him, he was a little bit lost. He didn't know what he's gonna be taking the next step to do what. But fortunately for him, some things have come right for him, and some did came bad, because at first he was really a guy who was just trying to flirt with girls, being disrespectful to one of the guy who was having a store, and being disrespectful to him and his daughter. I mean, it was really bad when he was doing that. But basically, Isaiah, as I said, he was a bit lost. Thankful for him, he had a mother, as she was a single mother to him alone. She was trying to be supportive to him, trying to tell him that, you know what, you must get a job. I mean, and if you can remember, she
Yes.
even told him that you must get a job and pay rent in the house. How would you feel about that? I mean, staying at your home and being told that, you know what, you have to pay rent.
I mean, I found that to be quite extreme. Like, it was so extreme. I know some parents are strict, but to ask your child to pay rent in their own home. But then again, it was a way of her telling the young boy that you need to step up, okay? I loved Elizabeth, the mom. I loved her so much, because I think also this was a way of testing her faith. And she prayed for her son. She prayed for her son. She held a prayer meeting in her salon. It happens that she owned a salon. Well, Isaiah started looking for a job at some point in his life, and he quickly got like uninterested. It seems like he did have an anger issue, and I'm so glad that he got a mentor at a young age. He was able to be mentored at a young age, because he did had an anger problem.
Yes, guys. The way that he got into having a mentor, obviously, as if you have watched the movie, he found this guy as the president of this company. In the cast, is written as actor. We didn't really get his name as it was not spoken a lot on the movie, but he is being referred as actor. So. He was a president of this company for fitness gym, and what they do in that company is that they do equipments for gym, which also they also do some donations. It seems like they do a lot of charity work, which was very nice of him. So he offered himself to say that, you know what, Isaiah, if you're gonna need a job, I'm gonna mentor you and I'm gonna just walk through life with you. And that's how things started turning to be a bit okay for Isaiah. And I don't want us to really talk too much about what has happened on the movie, because this is one movie that is 2 hours long, guys. It's 2 hours long, or just less than 2 hours. I think it's 1 hour, 55 minutes, or something like that. So it's very long, and a lot of stuff that was happening on this movie is Isaiah being tested his faith, and as we already said that he got this guy who was mentoring him, but there were a lot of things that was going on his mind. He was still playing video games. I mean, even when he first had to go to work on the third day or so, he even overslept, because during the night he was busy playing games. I mean, being teenagers and trying to start the career is really tough, and it got tough for him. And thankful for Hector was a big support structure on his life, and also his mother was also supportive, praying for him all now and then, to make sure that it goes well for him. And for him being for her, Elizabeth being a single mother, I mean, she was carrying on her own, and for him to even reach 19, and for the job that she have done, because it seems like he doesn't smoke. We didn't see him smoking, we didn't see him drinking, which shows that Elizabeth really did her best. It seemed when we hear on the story, the father was really not present, and honestly speaking, she really worked hard to put food on the table, to make sure that she take care of him to become the young man that he was. And now he was starting to grow wings, starting to want to answer back and stuff like that, which Elizabeth really didn't like. So at some point it reached a frustration point for Elizabeth, even for himself, because even Hector, when he was mentoring him, he gave him some stuff that, you know what, you need to start treating other people the way that you want to be treated. I feel like that is one of the key words that was used by Hector, just to try to put the boy on the line. So I think most of us, we really need to hear that statement. I don't know, Andy, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And one thing that I can emphasize on is that this movie is a very much a faith-based movie. It will test you because also, as much as we are speaking with Isaiah, we had Hector also, or Hector, who had his own demons, since it happens that he also lost his son at the age of 19. I mean, his wife does narrate the story to us that it was a difficult time in their marriage. It's almost ended their marriage, and likely that's the time that Hector got saved and became a disciples. And funny enough, he managed to forgive the person who was behind, his son being killed, because it was a car accident and actually the person was drunk and driving. So that's reckless driving. So most likely when you are drunk and driving, we can expect the worst from you, because it's not advisable to get behind the wheel whilst you are not yourself. So one thing about actor that for me it stood out and it still does is the fact that he managed to forgive someone who took his son's life.
I mean, for that part, as a father, I don't think I can manage to forgive anyone who will do such a thing. I mean, if your child is still young, around 17 years, and you are starting to have high hopes of that your son, you are starting to see him becoming something. Just like the age of Isaiah, you can see that he's becoming something. And for Elizabeth, if she was to lose him, she can really
Definitely.
be broken. So you can already imagine how much it took out of Hector to be able to just say that, you know what, I'm gonna forgive this man. I think the man's name, his name was Bobby, and he was part of the group that they formed, these young men's and older men's. they formed a group where they are trying to follow the Jesus, follow their faith, be on Jesus, and all those kind of stuff. It's more like a group where they meet I think every 2 weeks. They meet, and they are like blood, the way that they are so attached to each other, and they respect each other, and they treat each other with respect, which was very profound. That, like, even here in South Africa, we must sort of, one will just, when they're watching that part, will just think that I'm not even part of any group, and will wish that in South Africa there are such groups where men can just be together, because we all know that in South Africa we have a lot of uh, violence, gender-based violence, stuff like that, that are not really good for the world. So I feel like if we men can just maybe do those men conference to be more productive, rather than just memes that they are making online, I feel like we can have a better society, in my point of view. I mean.
Definitely, definitely. The group that they formed to grow each other in faith was wonderful, and it's not only wonderful, it's needed. Especially if older men have such groups, and then they recruit younger men at exactly at that stage, because you start becoming a younger man at around 18, 19. So it's good to have someone who will mentor you, show you a thing or two, on how to be a man, how to just be respectful of men, respect to women, all of them, not just your mom or whatever. So that group, it was very much necessary, and it was the highlight of the movie for me. I loved it.
Yeah, also another highlight that I just want us to discuss a bit, it was the time when Isaiah met his father. I mean, he met his father while he was busy working in the company. They've give him a sort of responsibility, a higher responsibility, to say that he's gonna meet the driver that comes to fetch the equipment, which was sort of an honor. You have to wear a suit so that you can meet the client, in other words. So he was given that responsibility, and damn, when he opened the door, he found out that the person is his father, and his father, who was busy moving up and down in jobs, apparently was a driver. So now he had to just meet him, and it was really, really something that broke him. He threw down the papers and ran to the offices. And the actor, that's where he also play a major role. I feel like actor became more of a father than his real father, because he went and comfort him, and just be there for him, and comfort him, and tell him that it's gonna be okay, and told him that if he really want to really follow these disciple things, he's gonna have to really, really work hard on it. So, Andy, I don't know how you feel about that part.
Yeah, definitely. The part of him meeting his dad for the first time, or, because his dad was just really never present in him growing up. It's big, it's really, really huge. It's a huge thing. And, at first, obviously, he couldn't take it well, but then, with the help of Ekta, he was able to adjust and overcome, and be able to just maybe have a conversation with his dad, even though that was never really shown. But towards the end of the movie, we saw him receiving a text from his dad, so it means the door was open for them to have a conversation. Also, Hector ran through a small financial crisis, which they came through for him. And I also like the fact that this movie just does not teaches you to just believe in Jesus, just Jesus will provide,
Yeah.
things will fall from the sky because you have Jesus. You still have to put in the work, you still have to work so hard for you to achieve whatever that you want to achieve.
Yes, yes. It really shows that you really have to work hard for you to get whatever it is that you want. So basically, we saw Isaiah really working hard for everything that he wanted. We see him reading, and for him to become disciple, we see him giving up his TV games. Obviously, we saw him giving up most of the stuff that the tendencies that he used to do, giving up that. So if you want good things to work out for you, obviously, if you want, you see that, you know what, you're you are looking for a job, you are not getting a job, and you are looking for something, just start giving up some tendencies that you usually do. Invest on reading, make sure that you read a lot, make sure that you are investing on building your career, invest on I feel like this part was very, very profound, because everybody, I feel like they have to really, really follow this. I feel like even ourselves, we have to start following this. So in a nutshell, guys, this movie, everybody, I feel like everyone have to watch this movie, to be honest with you. I feel like everyone have to watch this movie. If I were to rate it, I can rate it 9/10, because it's all about lessons of life, guys. And I know that, like, once you watch this movie, you'll feel like, no, why is things so perfect for Isaiah? Why just a prayer and then things go well for him? But he also had to go through some trouble with what he went through with his father, with him not getting a job, with his mother always almost chasing him out of the house. I mean, he had his own struggle, but it showed that if you really want a good path, you have to work hard for it. He was always reading. He had a normal life, if I may put it, and he had to work hard for him to make his life a little bit better. So at the end of the movie, he ended up even going back to college, knowing exactly what he wanted to study, which was business, which was very, very nice. I don't know if Andy, you will want to just say the last words.
My last words is to rate the movie. The movie was absolutely wonderful. It will also just make you question yourself, your faith, how faithful are you to God? Do you trust God with your life and all that? One of those movies that is an eye opener. It's necessary every once in a while. So definitely I will rate it a 9/10.
That was it, guys. We'll meet on the next one. Cheers.